Hey guys, I'm back with another one of my collectibles. Today I have another XM Studio statue. This is Electro, so let's go ahead and let's take a look. Alright, so I just cut the tape open on the box and remove the top cover. Alright, and then just like with all the other XM statues, you get your registration information. You get this really nice assembly book, which we'll go into in a minute. And then you get the art print. Now the art print, I really love how XM continues to do this, because they give a wonderful art print that you can see here. Let me see if I can get it all on camera here. So that's really cool. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that a little bit later. But yeah, the art print is really nice. That it includes, you can go ahead and you can frame them. I just use the IKEA frames, the IKEA Ribba frames. They're not expensive at all, and it's just a really nice nice frame that has a matte border around it. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll unbox this and be right back. All right, so as you can see here, when you take it out of the brown box, you'll be presented with this hard road case style box. Corners are metal. I mean, it's basically crush proof. All right, so if you go ahead and you remove the top cover, you'll be presented by this really thick, dense styrofoam, along with the Velcro straps, which basically compress the top level and all the levels together. That way none of the pieces get rattled out during shipping. All right, and as you can see, when you take the first layer off, you can see here is the base and then all the parts. There's also multiple layers, so there's another layer underneath here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my camera over to my other station and we'll start putting this bad boy together. Alright, so once you have the base out and once you took a picture of the bottom of the base, that way you have it for your records as far as the serial number is concerned. Let's go ahead and get the instruction manual out. And you can see it's really nicely printed. Really talks about the history of XM. And then the first page you'll see a color photo of where all the pieces are located in the styrofoam. So that's really nice. And then if we move over to the next page, we can start actually building the assembly. So let's go ahead and take some parts out and start building. Alright, so the first piece we're going to need is the main part of the coil. So we'll go ahead and take this massive piece out here. Okay, there's actually a little notch right here, so just make sure you line up the little notch with the base, and then that'll just pop in. So this is the back part of the base, so I just figured it'd be easier to set up the coils this way. Alright, so what I did is I took all of the 4 coils out of the box, just easier that way. They're all color coded and they also do have letters on them as well. So inside the base you're going to look for the actual colors. So this is a blue right here and this is a B. So what we'll do is we'll look for the B coil. So as you can see right on here, there's a B that's engraved on there, and then you have kind of a color blue palette here. So all we're going to do is basically match that together, and you can see it does have a little key right here. So you're going to want to use that key and basically just pop it in. Okay, and we'll do the same thing for the other one. You can see this is kind of like a light green a little bit, and this one is an A coil. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the same. And then on the other side we'll do the same exact thing. You've got your little engravement, so you've got an A, you've got the color, so you just match up your color. Same thing over here. You've got your letter B, and then you've got your notch, and you've got your color. So just go ahead and match it up. And there you go. There you got your 4 main coils assembled. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your pieces number 7 and 8. So if you look on the book here, you got pieces 7 and 8. These are the ceramic isolators. So let's go ahead and take those out. And then they're just color coded red. they're just going to slip into this little area here. So just kind of, you know, position them, and then they'll just drop right in. So you can see they just kind of drop right into the base. Same thing over here. Alright, so the next page of the book, this is what XM does, and I really love that they do this. So you see in the next part of the book is where they give you a little history of the piece, you know, and it's just really, really nice that they do that. It kind of gives you a break, a stopping point. If there's, you know, some of these statues, there's a lot of pieces to actually build. So it's just nice that they do that, just to give you kind of a stopping point, and just to kind of relax and go and move with the rest of the statue. Alright, so the next piece here is going to get really exciting. So now that we have a little bit of the base assembled, we still don't have it fully all done. We got to wrap some coil wires and stuff, but we're going to get to the main event. So now we get to start assembling the body and see how awesome this piece is going to turn out. So next thing we're going to do is we're just basically turn the base around to the front, and we're going to get ready to actually install the body. So this is going to be the fun stuff. So here we go. Alright, so we got the main body. This is one piece, real nice, and we're just going to basically pop it in to that peg that's in there, and just gently let it fall down into that peg hole. Really don't have to have any pressure. The foot should meet the floor, and then that's basically it for that piece there. This is going to be awesome, guys. The paint on this is absolutely amazing. Just looking at the body, this is where I get super excited. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out his hands. So we're going to get, these are pieces number 10 and 11. So you'll take those out and we'll put those on the actual main body. And those are just magnetized. Do the same over here. And they're, like I said, they're just magnetized, so they'll just cling to the body. Alright, next time, let's see, we have pieces 14, 15, and 16. So these are some more ceramic isolators, so we'll go ahead and we'll take those out. These are painted black, but they're going to go basically in these two spots here. And you can see that they have a key on them, so just make sure that you feel for the key, which is over here. Move the wire aside, that way it's flat there. Take the other isolator out. And once again, just line it up with the key, so the key is on that side, and then just pull the wire away. Those are magnetized as well. And then we'll go ahead and put the final piece in, which is going to be keyed right here. You can see the key is right at the bottom, and we'll go ahead and put that on. Alright, the next part of this masterpiece is basically to go ahead and plug the wires in, kind of rearrange the wires, put the wires in his hands. So I'm going to do that off camera and then come back and kind of explain how I did it. I basically have to unravel a little bit of this to actually get this all set up. So just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so let me just preface this by saying the wiring is going to take you some time. I spent about 45 minutes off camera getting the wiring the way I wanted it. It's really up to you, but let me show you some things that I have done here. So the wiring itself, you basically plug in, which the instruction manual doesn't actually tell you to do this, but there's these little ports that are all around the base or around the tower that you plug in the little wires to. So that's kind of how I did it. You take all of these connections and you plug them into the base. So you can see it looks like a little headphone jack. You basically just plug it in to the base, to the actual main power, the tower itself. So that's kind of how all those wires go. Now, getting those wires to a comfortable position that looks good, that you feel looks good, is up to you. You basically have to uncoil a little bit of this wire and kind of make it flow the way you would like it to flow. So that is really up to you. It does take a little bit of time, but when it's all done, it looks awesome. And as far as the wires in the front, I decided to do, you know, the majority of my time was actually spent on the wires for his hands. Let me see if I can get a little better shot here. So this is what I decided to do for his hands. Basically took the wires, wrapped them around a couple of times through his fists and back around. So like I said, I mean, it's going to take a while for you to get this kind of a look, but I really feel it looks good. That way it has the wires looking like he's drawing power from all the coils. So I think that looks really good like that. So that's it. The rest of it we're going to put on his head and be right back. Alright, so he comes with 2 head sculpts. Now this is an awesome head sculpt here. So let's just show you that here. I mean, look at the details on this. Just really amazing. Look at how the paint is perfectly painted. Phenomenal. Daniel Bell did a great job on all this. Alright, so that's how that one's going to look. So you just pop it down and there you go. So there's unmask Electro. Freaking amazing. Alright, but for me, I'm not going to use this head sculpt, even though it is wonderful. I'm going to use the more classic. And before I put it on, let's show you this wonderful piece here. This is just menacing, maniacal. That's awesome. And just to let you know, they actually went through a couple different designs. They had his mask actually folded back a little bit more, so they went through that. Then they went ahead and they remolded that to make it more of kind of the way the comics would have it. So just freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and let's put on Electro's head. And there you go. Look at that. Freaking amazing. Look at the detail. The sculpting is amazing. Textured layers. I mean, this is all sculpted detail. This is raised. It's just amazing what they're doing. It's just it's really intricate paint detail, paint work, and they're doing a wonderful job. I mean, even just the, you know, they've got a really nice wash on everything. This is all hand painted. All of these wires are all intricately hand painted. It's just amazing. I mean, to have molded detail like that and then to go ahead and actually paint it, man, that's a talent. Yeah, this is just a wonderful piece. Alright, let me put the camera back on the tripod and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and finally to top this piece off, I'm going to use my plasma disc behind the piece. So I'm going to display it like this. I've been saving this for a long time. I felt that this plasma disc was perfectly fitting. It's actually a plasma disc from the 90s. I thought this was perfectly fitting. It's really cool. It gives the piece a little bit of electricity and looks really, really... Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights off just so everyone can see it. So there you go. It's really neat. Just so you can get an idea, it's really cool. So that's basically how I'm going to have Electro. I think that's perfectly fitting to basically have this masterpiece. I think XM did a wonderful job. I think they knocked it out of the park again. I just love every single XM piece that I get is just truly amazing. And just want to thank them for continuing of making just amazing pieces. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.